What's up, guys? Welcome to the Old Kids Podcast. This is episode 11. I hope everybody's having a good old darn Donda Tuesday because Donda's supposed to drop today. Today, I wanted to talk about how hip hop saved my life. And I don't mean it like I was like about to, and then hip hop's just, well, I mean it like that, but not like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean it like hip hop is just a part of my life and I wouldn't be where I'm at without it. So let's just go through when I was a kid. This is pop, not hip hop. But when I was a kid, I used to dance to like Michael Jackson and stuff, and I would like dance to the big songs, Bad, Billie Jean, Smooth Criminal, Thriller. So yeah, it's kind of how I started my childhood with music, I guess. Just I would have we had a little box TV, and then I would go on like Music Choice, put some Michael Jackson on, just start dancing in the living room. Yeah, you can ask all my cousins. This is all I did at home, just fucking dance to Michael Jackson and chill. It wasn't until like started to like fourth, fifth, and sixth grade where I started discovering or started like my ear was more open to all the sounds to all the music I would hear. Like my brother, I grew up around like all my family who older. I was born in '02, but I have family, that like cousins and my brother born in like the 90s and stuff. So I would hear a bunch of shit. So when I was like in the fourth, fifth, sixth grade, I remember listening to like J. Cole's Friday Night Lights. I have it up here on the wall as well. But yeah, I remember listening to it and like it was in a Honda Accord that my little or my no yeah was it a Honda Accord or Acura maybe that my brother had. I was about to say little brother, my big brother had. He would play Friday Night Lights. He had the little iPod Nano. I swear, bro, he had like everything in there. He had the Friday Night Lights. He had the warm up. His favorite artist was Joe Budden at the time, so I was like listening to a lot of Joe Budden in the car and stuff. And then I would hear like I also remember listening to Talib Kweli. He would play Miss Hill. I remember him playing Drake, YG, all these artists, and then I started like gravitating towards them. I was like, yo. Then it wasn't until like the fifth, sixth grade when I started like playing my own music. That was like I think when I got my first phone. I know it's crazy, right? People didn't even have their phone like till like high school. I had my first like not a phone. I had the iPod Touch. But yeah, that's when I started listening to my own music or like kind of figuring out what I would want to listen to and stuff. But it was also more of like um I would hear other shit and like put it onto the playlist type things. You know what I'm saying? I would like when I heard my brother play like J. Cole and stuff, I'd look it up. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? This shit is so fire. This sample he used. At the time I wasn't like, yo, this sample because I was a kid. I was just like, this sounds cool. I want to listen to it. So yeah, I had like, and then I had a cousin who like his favorite artist was Wiz Khalifa, and yo, so like I remember listening to Taylor Alderdice and his little Honda Civic, little gold Honda Civic. He was playing the Wiz Khalifa mixtape, Taylor Alderdice. I remember that too, cause like my favorite song on there was literally called my favorite song, and that shit's fire. You guys gotta listen to that. Wiz Khalifa, yeah, Wiz Khalifa still drops pretty good ass music. I don't, yeah, I like Wiz Khalifa. So yeah, and then I remember in that car too as well. While I was like driving with him, sometimes he picked me up from school. I remember my first time I heard ASAP Rocky on Long Live ASAP. Though I like ascended that hook. I like ascended, bro. And I was a kid. I was like fifth grade, and I heard that, and I was like, yo. I gotta find this song. And they didn't I don't think there was like Shazam and that little Snapchat thing where you got to like discover it yourself. So I had to really like put the lyrics in YouTube. You remember that? I had to put the lyrics in YouTube and then it would pop up and I'd be like, "Yep, it's this one." So yeah, that was dope as fuck to do. I remember he'd play ASAP, Wiz, he'd play a lot of he'd play E40 too and all of them. All my cousins used to play like E40. I remember like my girl cousins and stuff, they would play like a lot of T-Pain, Chris Brown, Rihanna, fucking Ludacris, Neo, all that. And then I remember the way I like found out about these older artists like 50, Eminem, the Biggie, fucking all that shit. I remember like It would be because they would play like a movie, and it would be like 8 Mile. I mean, 8 Mile. They played the movie. I was like, yo, this shit is cool. This who the fuck is this freestyling? Fucking crazy, you know? Or like Biggie's movie, which I was too young to watch. So, as funny story, I got like in trouble for that, like really bad in trouble. Me and my little cousin, we got like we almost got our ass beat for that because we were watching it in the living room, and as if you know, if you watch that movie, there happens to be a sex scene in there. So my auntie and my mother were not so profound of that scene, and us as kids watching it, yeah, ass whooping. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Ass whooping. So yeah, it was it's been a long ride with music. So like music has really been there for me throughout my whole entire life, through the most saddest moments of my life, the happiest moments of my life, and then it's crazy because like I tell my cousins and stuff and like my family, I'm like, dude, I remember listening to, I know like the exact place I was listening. I'm like, yo, I was in this road, we were turning right, and I remember listening to this exact note. That's when one of the songs I remember from the Friday Night Lights mixtape was Too Deep for the intro. Like I remember exactly what road, where we were coming from, where we were going. I remember listening to YG My Crazy Life on my birthday, coming from like a restaurant to get Starbucks, stomach all hurting because I had like a stomach problem when I was younger, and I remember listening to like BPT, Bompton, all that. Who Do You Love? I remember listening to all that shit. So yeah, music has definitely been like a big part of my life, and that's why I wanted to name it Hip Hop Saved My Life, because it's mainly hip hop. It wasn't until like middle school or like yeah, around middle school where I started listening to my older brother like play like uh Jack Johnson and stuff, and Linkin Park, Sublime, stuff like that. And when I would hear him play that, I wouldn't gravitate to it as much as I would gravitate to like rap music, obviously. So, but it was cool and all, but I wouldn't gravitate to it like he was. And yeah, he even told me himself, he was like, yo, you gotta listen to like Linkin Park. Like I remember playing this when I was a kid, and I was like, oh shit, I will. But the only thing I heard was Encore with Jay-Z, so I didn't know any of that. So yeah, and then it around like sixth grade is when I started to see more and shit. You know, I started to see I remember watching Kanye perform Blood on the Leaves. I'll never forget that. That was like a dope ass performance. It was on TV, but I forgot like what. But it was like it was on TV, and then it was like him. Was it MTV? It might have been MTV. But I remember it because it was like when the beat would drop and stuff. It was like a bunch of lights just going flashing and shit. It was super sick, fucking amazing. I remember that, and I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. I also remember in elementary school having a little having a little rock star phase. I would listen to like MGK a lot, Machine Gun Kelly. Now I don't listen to him as much. But I remember I would listen to him a lot in like elementary school, sixth grade and stuff. I listened to a lot of Tyga too, cause my other cousin. See, I had like all these cousins that like play different types of, not different types, but different artists. So that would make like, obviously I'd pick and choose which ones I like out of them. And I remember him playing. I remember the first time I heard Kendrick, he was playing "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe." I was like, yo, this shit is fucking crazy. And I had to search up the fucking lyrics again on YouTube, put it on the iPod Touch, and I was blasting it. In at home and stuff. At first, my parents were like, "Yo, you gotta stop listening to all these cuss words." But this was like in sixth grade when or no, like yeah, elementary school. They were like, "Yo, these have too much cuss words and stuff." But eventually, they kind of like, I guess they kind of noticed that I was like into it. They were like, "Oh, he like loves this type of shit." So I was like, and I would like rap it. I would learn these lyrics, bro. I'm not even joking. I would learn them. I would learn these songs and I would rap it, and I would post the lyrics on fucking like Because Instagram was around at that time. I think Facebook. That's what I would post it on. I posted on Facebook. So yeah, that was like all of elementary school basically for me. Was just listening to all that. Mac Miller too. I remember the first time listening to Nikes on My Feet. I was in my cousin's house up the street. I was in the kitchen and he was playing it in his room. He had it on the laptop. He had the music video playing. I was like, yo, yeah, this is like, just shit like that. I would like I would gravitate to music that I liked around, and then when I heard that, I was like, hell yeah. And then I didn't have on demand, but I'd go to my cousin's house who had like on demand, and then on there they had the music choice thing as well. So I would like go and like play songs on there, and I'd be like, yo, this is. I remember, yeah, I played like Cashing Out, cause I got that from like my brother, and I would play that at their house. I would play J Cole's workout video. I'd play like Drake's Find Your Love. That was a big song. I remember um, watching like the music video to it vividly. I really remember that at my cousin's house, and I also remember the Crisscross Jump video. I remember watching that as well. So yeah, all this shit. I remember Rihanna and Eminem was a big part of my childhood. Nicki Minaj, Aaliyah, like all these artists. This is all like elementary school. So I was like exposed to all of hip hop in elementary school. It was crazy. And then it was in middle school. I guess I kind of started more to my sound, more what my friends listening to. I was like on the Fetty Wap came out that time. PNB Rock I would listen to a lot. Frank Ocean, that's when he dropped Blonde. So I started listening to that. Middle school, I would listen to it like before soccer games and stuff. Nobody knew that though. Only one of my homies knew that. I know you know that, but if you're watching, huh? But yeah, Joey Badass, fucking always J Cole. I always, cause that's like the first artist I vividly remember. Besides Michael Jackson, that's like the first artist I remember. Like, I guess myself looking for, and find, and like an artist that got me through toughest times. I mean, as a kid in elementary school, you think it's tough times when the girl doesn't look at you in recess, and it is tough times for me. For me, that was a tough time. So I'd go home, put J Cole, put Dreams. You know that song. When he goes on the drive slow beat, I would play Dreams. I'd play Cheer Up. Man, I'd be sad as fuck. But J Cole was there. You know what I'm saying? This is why I say like hip hop saved my life. Through all the ups and downs, anything had happened in my life, I had like a song, artist, music, an album to listen to that just, and I would listen to it, and it just, I don't know, it was a coping mechanism, and it was awesome. It was fucking amazing. So I'll never forget that. I'll never also forget. It gave me confidence. Hip hop gave me confidence. It gave me all this. It just made me who I am today. I just really wanted to shed light on all these artists and like the things that made me who I am. But like I always look back on life, and I never forget like anything music related. I have like so much memory of, and I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's really just because it's just something my brain was so into. My ears, I would hear like some good ass bars, and I would be like, oh man, or relate to it, and be like, fuck, dude. Then high school came around, and in high school I was like, I started discovering more artists. I discovered Buddy at that time. I discovered like, I was listening to SZA at that time. I was listening to Tyler at that time. I started looking back on like other artists that I didn't really get into much, because Kanye, I wasn't into high school. I was into him like around middle school and stuff, and like listening to like songs like Good Life and stuff, or like in elementary school, but to like go out and search for it, I wasn't. So when I started listening to the beats and stuff, that shit was amazing. And yeah, that's basically like all the artists I would listen to that like I came up with, I guess. Obviously I'm probably missing some, but like I tried to remember as much as I could from back then. Like I'm trying to remember the exact details of where I was, what I was doing when I found these artists. Yeah, I think everybody has something that like made them it's a big part of their life. A sport, it could be a sport. For me it was a sport too, I guess it was soccer, but it wasn't. None of it was ever as much as music. Like when I reflect on it now, music was really like the only thing that was there fucking 24 hours a day for me since a fucking kid. The only thing I like would do is just listen to music and that's how, like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, and obviously through high school years, I started discovering more, and I was like, yo, dude, like, fuck, this is. And then after high school, honestly, after high school, which is where I'm at now, it's only been like 2 years since high school. It's like where I'm like, I feel like I'm seeing like the coolest, dopest fucking artists. Like I'm like figuring out, I'm like finding shit from like 80s and 70s and shit that I hear on samples, and I'm like, yo, this is fucking, like I'm starting to grow with the music. I don't know, it sounds cool. It sounds awesome, all that fucking shit. Uh Sorry, I've been like cussing like crazy. That's just, I don't know why today. Just sorry about that. If you're listening and you think if you got kids around, you should probably not listen if you have kids around. Oh, it's a little too late to tell you that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about. I want to talk about just how hip hop kind of saved my life. There's a reason I'm doing this podcast. Obviously, I was thinking, what should I do? I wanted to do a podcast in general, but like I was thinking, yo, what's a good like topic? Do I want to do it on like health and stuff? I just got into health too, like recently. Not recently. I mean like a couple years ago. Not like recently, like yesterday. None of that shit. But I was like music. Music has been around since fucking. I was like barely walking. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Want to kind of give you guys a little bit of insight on how hip hop saved my. Oh, you know what? Tyler's bar on Run It Up. Rap. Help me see it clear when the lightning was dim. When the lighting was dim. Never forget that bar. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Episode 11 of the Old Kids Podcast. Let me know if you had an artist back then when you was coming up, growing up or whatever, that you really enjoyed, that really like, or the artist that introduced you into any genre, hip hop, rock, whatever you listen to, metal, whatever it is. Oh, damn, I gotta add this real quick though. I don't want to get off topic, but I gotta add this. I had a cousin too, who was like 2 years older than me. He would play a bunch of rock and like metal. He was like on the what are they, Hollywood Undead. He was listening to all that. What's the other artist? I can't think of any other artists. I don't know why Hollywood Undead always stuck with me, but he would listen to them. And Sleeping with Sirens too. So I had like family around that had different tastes in music and stuff. So yeah, I grew up with hip hop, and a lot of people did though. So it's not a surprise, but I just wanted to talk about my life with it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys having a good start to the week, a good Tuesday, and hopefully Mr. Kanye West drops tonight. And I ordered the Donda stem player, so we're gonna review that once it comes in, and we're gonna fuck around with it and see what we could do. Maybe we'll make a beat. Maybe we'll sample off the grid or something. Who knows? So yeah, Donda 2 tonight. I'm calling it. Kanye is dropping it. He's been capping all these years, but he's dropping it this time. I promise you, he's dropping it. Album of the year. Don't look at me with that face. Album of the year. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.